There we go. We are live. Welcome, everybody. It is another Monday, Market Watch Monday. This is episode 3, January 6th of 2025. And I am so happy to be with you guys today. The market is looking extremely good, as I thought it would, because January 6th seemed to be the date that everybody came back to work and were finally off of the holidays. And a lot of money is pouring into the market today because of it. We had a great holiday season. I hope everybody out there had a great Christmas and a happy new year. And now it's time to get back to work, right? So that's exactly what I'm doing today on this Market Watch Monday. So let's just go ahead and take a look at some of the charts here. Bitcoin is up over 100 grand again, currently sitting at almost $102,000. Ethereum is at almost $3,700. XRP is sitting at $2.42. Solana $218, BNB $728. Cardano is back above $1 again. Dogecoin is currently almost 40 cents. Avalanche is sitting at $44. Sui is sitting at $5.23. This is one of the ones that I've been keeping an eye on a lot lately. I think that Sui has a lot of great potential in this market cycle. Chainlink, another one that I have been religiously looking at in this market cycle because I think that it's building the infrastructure that we all need in crypto. It's currently sitting at under $24, $23.91. So let's just take a look at Bitcoin's chart, its trading view chart. Look at that candle. Wow. What is this? This is on the 1 hour chart. Okay. So we had two massive candles early this morning, it looks like. And now there's a little bit of a sell-off. We did reach 102 grand. We reached almost 1025, basically. And I guess that's where the resistance was, and now it's pushing down a little bit. We'll have to wait and see what happens with this over the next 24 hours. But this is a really good sign. This is a really great sign, actually. So happy to see that. All right, first up in the news, the IRS this week announced that it's giving temporary tax relief to crypto users on CeFi exchanges. So your centralized exchanges like Binance, Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini, those centralized exchanges that you utilize, they're giving this tax relief to, essentially. But they're not saying that you don't have to file your crypto taxes. There was a lot of misinformation over the last week about this. That is not at all what the IRS is saying. All they're saying is that from January 1st to December 31st of 2025, taxpayers will be allowed to use personal records of crypto tax software to choose specific asset units for tax purposes. That is an alternative to the default of first in, first out. So they're not saying that you don't have to file taxes. That is not at all what they're saying. What they're saying is that you as an individual will have better options over the next year as to how you file your taxes. So instead of just utilizing that first in, first out method, you actually have two other options that you can choose from, and you do that on your centralized exchange itself. So if you go to the tax tab, like I know for a fact that Coinbase has this because that's the exchange that I utilize, but if you go to their tax tab, you can actually choose from a drop down of which method you prefer. And if you utilize first in, first out, like the default that the IRS wants to set, then chances are you're going to have a higher tax burden. So you don't want to choose that method. That's why the IRS recognized that we're in a bull cycle right now and that that could be a disadvantage to a lot of taxpayers out there. So they implemented this literally on the 31st of December and said, okay, we recognize that this is an issue. We want to help you guys out. Um, Thank you so much, IRS. Like, oh my gosh. That's a joke, by the way. I hate the IRS. All right, next up, we've got Michael Saylor predicts $280 trillion market value for Bitcoin by 2045. Now, I just did the math on this so that you guys don't have to. That is $13,333,333 per Bitcoin. That's massive. So we are 20 years away from 2045, which would be a growth of something like, let's just do the math on that. That would be another 133x from here. That's insane to think about. And I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. If it does reach that market value, that market cap value, then something has gone incredibly wrong with the US dollar. And that would mean that we are all in a lot of hurt. So I hope that he's wrong in that regard, but at the same time, I do hope that Bitcoin succeeds over the long term. Next up, stupid bullish, Real Vision CEO Raoul Pal on Sol in long term. So Raoul Pal basically put out this chart on Twitter on January 3rd saying that he is stupid bullish on Solana. And he's not the only one. There are a lot of very famous investors that are betting big on Solana because of its super cheap transactions and speed. And not only that, Solana has become the chain that a lot of people go to for onboarding into crypto for the first time just because of its ease of access. And a lot of the meme coin traders that have just come into the market are doing that on Solana. So all these people that are trying to get rich quick are moving to Solana to trade those memes and try and get that overnight success. And it's all happening on the Solana ecosystem. And so to see him say this, we already knew that he was heavy into Sol, but he just keeps reiterating that on his socials. So I think that that's no surprise to anybody at this point. But next up, I'm going to continue on Solana. There's a few that I have to talk about here. Solana founders embrace meme coins, but they say that AI agents are overrated. This comes as Sol or Pump AI just came out this week, and a lot of the AI agents that are coming out onto the market now are actually coming out on Solana. So for them to say this is kind of funny. They don't believe in AI agents, but they believe in meme coins. And the only reason they believe in meme coins is because of how much the Solana ecosystem has embraced meme coins. Like, it's become the culture over there on Solana, like we just talked about. But I think once they recognize how much money is going to be made with AI agents on Solana, they'll probably change their tune there as well. But this, to me, just seems like founders that aren't keeping up with the narrative, or they're just like, I really don't know what to make of this. Let me know what you guys think, though, in the chat. Let me know. Polymarket bettors predict SEC approval for Solana ETFs in 2025. So this has reached 78% chance. Let's go to Polymarket right now, though. I want to see what it's at right now at this moment. But essentially, what this is saying, what this article is talking about, is Solana ETF. Oh, it actually dropped to 73%. It's currently sitting at 73%, but at the time of this writing, which was January 2nd, so 4 days ago, it was at 78%. So it's dropped a little bit since then. Yeah. But that's still a really high number, 73%. These people are betting that the next ETF to come out in the United States is going to be a Solana ETF. And with how much traction it has achieved in 2024, I think that they might be onto something here. So I'm not very much of a betting man. I don't utilize Polymarket myself, but I like to look at this as a certain indicator. Now, obviously, it's not the same type of indicator as looking at a chart or looking at sentiment, but this is a small indicator of current sentiment in a specific way. I mean, these people are betting big that the Solana ETF is going to be approved in 2025. So I like to look at Polymarket in a different type of way, and it can be utilized. I mean, look at what happened with the presidential race. People were betting big on Trump to win the election, and that's exactly what played out. So I think that this is a decent indicator in that regard, but just keep in mind that it's not everything. It's not the whole picture. Next up, Cardano's 2025 strategy, wallet innovation, and Bitcoin collaboration. Not only that, so I think that 2025 is going to be a massive year for Cardano. They have rolled out a lot of updates, and they've done a really good job of decentralizing the network, making it faster, getting higher throughput, but they're also making a lot of strategic partnerships. They partnered with XRP, or they're in the process of partnering with XRP to bring RLUSD onto Cardano. And now they're talking about creating new wallet innovations to bring Bitcoin onto the network as well. We've already seen a few other networks create these bridges for Bitcoin to be utilized in DeFi on their networks. Like Ethereum has wrapped BTC, and we've seen it on a few other networks as well. Sui is doing something similar as well. Solana has done this, and now Cardano wants to get in on that as well, because they recognize that having Bitcoin on the network is just a huge win across the board. All of these companies that we've seen as well are doing the same thing. They're trying to integrate Bitcoin in a way to create a strategic reserve. If they can do that and bring some of that liquidity onto their network, that's a bonus for them. Okay, next up, Ripple CEO. So Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, I spoke about him yesterday in one of my shorts, and he just has been on fire lately, talking about the market, talking about what the future plans are for Ripple and XRP. And he has come out publicly and stated that the 119th US Congress is going to be the most pro-crypto in history. Now, that's not really saying much, right? Because none of these historic Congress have been very pro-crypto. So to say that, it's basically just a start in my eyes. It's not like, okay, this is historic. No. It's basically just a start to what the potential could be. I think as time goes on and a lot of these congressmen and women that are much older, that don't hold crypto, that don't care about it, that don't see it as the future, exit and retire, we're going to get more people that are around my age or a little bit older that do care about these things, that are going to be a lot more pro crypto. And that's what we need. Because at the end of the day, what we have here in crypto is the future of finance. Whether they want to believe it or not, it is the future of finance. So, like I said, this is just the start, but it is a decent start. Next up, Pingyu price soars as Pokemon collaboration rumors take off. I was wondering why the price of Pingyu jumped yesterday, and it's because somebody created some sort of rumor that Pudgy Penguins and Pokemon were going to do some sort of collaboration. I don't know anything about this, but I thought it was fascinating whenever I saw like that candle yesterday on the Pingyu chart just skyrocket. And granted, I do have a little bit of Pingyu that I was airdropped during the airdrop this past month. And so I am thankful for that a little bit. But yeah, apparently it started because of a Twitter post. Broski Soul breaking. Rumors are swirling about a possible Pudgy Penguins and Pokemon collaboration. If true, Pingyu is heading straight to the moon. Wow. That's all it took for something to go parabolic like that. And sometimes that is all it takes. Somebody creates a meme or somebody creates an infographic that is not at all true, but people run with it. And that could be all this is. If it is true, though, that would be massive because Pokemon is one of the biggest brands in gaming. Not just gaming, though. Like, we're talking about just merchandise. So, and Pudgy Penguins has done an incredible job of doing their own merchandising and their own brand building. So, that would be a pretty awesome partnership there. And last but not least, that I wanted to share with you guys today, this is going to be maybe a little bit of a shorter live stream today, but I wanted to share this last bit with you. Michael Saylor posted this 5 hours ago. MicroStrategy has acquired 1,070 Bitcoin for $101 million at $94,004 per Bitcoin and has achieved Bitcoin yield of 48% in quarter four and 74.3% in fiscal year 2024. As of 1/5/2025, we hodl 447,470 Bitcoin acquired for $27.97 billion at $62,503 per Bitcoin. That is a right? Like, that's such a mind boggling tweet. Everybody knows that Michael Saylor is super bullish on Bitcoin, but he really is putting his money where his mouth is. Now, is he creating an unsustainable bubble? Who knows? Only time will tell. But they just acquired another 1,000 Bitcoin like it's nothing. And I, I'm left speechless by this a little bit. I want to know what y'all's thoughts are, though, in the chat. Do you think that this is sustainable? Do you think that this is a good thing for the crypto market as a whole? Do you think that this is what's propping up the market right now? Let me know. Let me know what you guys think. But that's going to be it for today's live stream. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Next Monday, I'll be doing this around the same time, around noon CST. So join in with me next Monday, guys. Would love to have you all back. That's going to be it for this one, though. Capital Recon out.